Welcome to your Morning Boost, your daily leadership advice to help you lead your school community. Brought to you by AWB Education and sponsored by Grundmeyer Leader Services, where together we are transforming education, one leader at a time. Now here's your host, Adam Busch.
Good morning. Hey, it's Friday. Welcome back to your Morning Boost. You've almost made it. Just one more day to get through the rest of this week. Thanks for joining us again today. A quick reminder that we are brought to you by Grundmeyer Leader Services, where they are transforming education one leader at a time. Today, we're going to continue and finish up this week-long conversation of best hiring practices. And today, we're going to talk about reference checks. Reference checks are an essential step in the hiring process. So in this episode, we will discuss the importance of conducting thorough reference checks and how to do them effectively. I mean, I understand we get through this process, we're like, whew, we're almost done. You've done the job description, you've done the posting, you've screened your candidate, the interview is done, and now we need to hurry up and cross the reference checks off the list to fast track this hire to the board for approval. Right? Wrong. I get it. I know you've got timelines, and sometimes getting through timelines is tough. We have a bunch of positions to post after this one, and got more to hire, and you're telling me I need to do this process all over again? Yep, I am. And if you've missed any of the episodes this week, I'd encourage you to take a moment to catch those because the steps of the process are extremely important to make sure that we get the right hire. It is vital to success. I want you to build the right team, and you know you want to do it the right way. So part of the right way is this important piece of reference checks. I don't think it's possible to ask all the questions during the interview. I really don't. I don't think you'll ever get all of the answers you need to make the best decision. The reference checks, they're the way we fill in the gaps, or at least get answers to the wonders that the team has had during your wrap-up. So to do a good job of reference checks, sometimes you have to start with the candidate. Before ever even contacting references, make sure you have written permission from the candidates to verify their employment history and qualifications. Now, most of us do this with a checkbox on the applications, but if the candidate selected no to the "may we contact this employer," you may need to ask the candidate to clarify the reason why. I know if it's a current supervisor, I want to talk with them prior to finishing the hiring process. They are a reference check that I really want to talk to. So I may need to ask the candidate why they selected no. Could be for a variety of reasons, but either way, I want to make sure the candidate is comfortable with me talking to their supervisor. Remember, they are interviewing us as well, so I want to be as supportive of them as possible. Now, when I get an opportunity to contact those references, focus on questions that are more open-ended. They elicit specific examples of the candidate's performance and skills. Give the reference an opportunity to talk. The fewer yes/no questions that I have, the better. Let's see what they have to say. They may fill in the gaps for us, but I also want to be prepared to ask the questions that are aimed at those gaps. Now, I'm going to get to more of those if I contact a variety of references. I want to talk to former supervisors, but I also want to talk to colleagues and maybe mentors to get a more comprehensive picture of what the candidate's strengths and weaknesses are. Not a lot of jobs are isolated. People are going to work with others in the school building. So find out how well they do that. If I didn't get a list from the candidate with these people, that's another reason to ask them for a few more references. I know on my resume, I typically only include supervisors. It'd probably be a better idea to ask the people that work for me rather than the people I work for. Good opportunity to really see what my leadership style is like. Now, as I'm going through that reference process, there may be red flags that come up. If you discover any concerns during the reference checks, make sure you follow up with the candidate, clarify, or address the issue. I don't want to just assume that the red flag is real. It may or may not be. I don't know. And that's kind of the point here, right? If a concern comes up, address the concern. See what's going on. You might be able to get a better answer from the candidate, and it may either validate the red flag itself, or it may clear that for you. Good quote to remember here is that reference checks can provide valuable insights into a candidate's character, work ethic, and skills. So don't fast track this important step in the hiring process. This is not one worth skipping. Just think about how you're going to develop a system for conducting thorough reference checks. It will help you ensure that you're hiring the best candidate possible for your school and for your positions. Well, thank you for joining us this week and completing this 5-part series on the best hiring practices for school leaders. There's a lot of companies out there. Grundmeyer Leader Services is one of them that are more than willing to help partner with you to ensure that your process is going to be the most successful for you. Following a few tips, strategies, the ones that are shared in these episodes, is going to help you attract, interview, and hire the best talent for your school. Have a great finish to Friday. Hope you had a great week. We will talk with you again on Monday.
You have been listening to Your Morning Boost by AWB Education in partnership with Grundmeyer Leader Services. You can find out more about our services by clicking on the links in the description. Remember, you are doing this vital job that only a few can do. So until next time, thank you for your service to your community.